I just had a question. What's the deep meaning behind a bris milah? I know that cutting off the foreskin is more sanitary and it's
Well, yeah, that would be a superficial reason, although that may be true also. Well, you are 100% correct. I'm going to answer your question too. I didn't forget about your question, but there are many symbols, but one of the symbols of bris milah, I'll give you one that I think is a very nice message, and that is the covenant we make with God is by exposing that which is already within us, meaning the covenant is not by changing yourself, but opening yourself up. Because what is a brit? You cut and you expose. And what that is doing is that every Jew in their soul already loves God and already has reverence for God. And the soul is holy. And our job is not to become a different person. Our job is to expose that which is within us. That's one idea. And another idea about the sexual organ in particular is said by the Sefer HaChinuch, that we think that the sexual organ is something that we share very much in common with animals. And to some degree, we think it's not subject to voluntary control. But God is teaching us that through the Torah and the commandments, even the animalistic parts of our existence can be elevated and sanctified. In other words, let's compare it, for example, to Catholicism, right? Or Christianity. A lot of Christianity says that in order to be holy, you have to be celibate. Because Christianity kind of says, again, I understand there are variations, but let's say the standard Catholic doctrine, in theory, says that you can't be in both worlds. You can't do animalistic things, putting aside what the priests actually do. Okay, that's another issue. But you cannot do animalistic things and be a holy person. Now in Judaism, celibacy is actually considered to be a sin. A person is obligated to get married and try to have children. So what is Judaism telling us? We don't consider the physical evil. We consider the physical capable of being elevated and sanctified. So the Sefer HaChinuch says, Brit Milah on the sexual organ is highlighting the idea that even the physical animal urges can be elevated and made holy. Right? So that's kind of the deeper meaning.